What's going on, guys? Now, before I get into the bulk of this video, if you do want to pick up a copy of Cricket Coach 2014 for yourself, you can use the link down below in my description for an exclusive 10% discount. Right, guys, today we are here, we're back, we're taking on New Zealand in the second one-day international, looking for a clean sweep as we head into the test matches that we're playing against them. That is going to be next week. We haven't got off to the best of start. Hamish Rutherford has been very explosive. He's actually got a new top score for one-day internationals. But however, we have gone and picked up Guptill, the danger man, for 15 off 15. So we'll definitely take that. But in comes another danger man in the space of Kane Williamson. So we do need to be very careful. We're rolling with a pretty similar lineup to last game. Joe Root, he's just on fire at the moment. He's gone and picked up 2 catches. Finn's picked up his second wicket as well. So New Zealand have started off well. They've started with a very good run rate. However, they have lost those 2 wickets inside the first 10 overs. So hopefully we can go and capitalise on that and move towards, I guess, shutting down that middle and lower order. So we have gone with pretty much the same side here today. Still just the 4-seam bowlers. The 3-seam bowlers, Graham Swan, and then we have Ravi Bopara as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. He wasn't too bad last time around, but you know, he's one of those guys that we don't really want to be relying on to bowl 10 overs every single game. So need to try and change the makeup of the side just slightly so we can go include either another bowler or possibly another all-rounder, possibly Ben Stokes, or even Chris Wokes. I think including one of those two would be a very wise move. But we will just have to wait and see. He's doing his job at the moment. He's only gone for 12 off his first 4 overs, I believe. So definitely doing the job. As I said, got the wicket as well. He got Ross Taylor, so you can't complain too much about that. He's definitely doing his job that he is in the side for. New Zealand's run rate has dropped quite considerably, down to 5 now. And when they're playing on such a good pitch like this one here, you would expect it to be a lot higher than 5 at this stage of the innings. So hopefully we can go and keep that up. We're going to bring Swanee in now, bring in a bit of spin. And as I did say last episode, the one issue I do have with this England setup, the way it is going at the moment, is that we do just seem to be a bowler short. I think if you look at things as they are there, obviously we have the 4 frontline bowlers in Anderson, Finn, Broad and Swan, and then Bopara to make up that 5th. Whereas ideally I would like to have Bopara and another player make up that 5th bowler. So we're not relying on Ravi to go and do too much. So whether that means potentially dropping someone, dropping, I think the toss-up really is between James Taylor and Ewan Morgan. Both very, very good players. And both definitely have something to offer with the bat and in the field. Both very good fielders as well. So it is a very hard one to go and try and choose which direction we want to go in. I think it also depends on the conditions we're playing in as well. I mean, today we're playing on a very good batting pitch. Because of that, we do want to go and obviously play a bit more of a batting-heavy side rather than a side, a bowler-heavy side, shall we say. Especially with New Zealand, because they have gone with 7 out-and-out bowlers here today, with Todd Astle coming in at number 7, which is someone who, when I did my New Zealand Reborn career mode, never really used Todd Astle as, I guess, I did use him as an all-rounder. I used him at number 7 in test matches, but never really a one-day bowler for me. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Swanee is definitely doing his job. Between him and Bopara, they were the guys I thought potentially were going to get taken to just a little bit, but they have done their bit so far, and they've been economical. They've picked up wickets, and they haven't been smashed around. So that is exactly what we've wanted. Bopara has actually got his 2nd for the game. So after saying potentially he could be a bit of a weight, I guess, on this bowling lineup, he has been the most successful to date so far. We do still have, obviously, Finn and Broad left to come. Finn's taken 2 already, obviously got rid of the, I think he got rid of Rutherford and then Guptill, got rid of both openers in quick succession. So we do just need to go and make sure the tail doesn't wag. That's something we have been very good at in our first 2 games that we've had with this England side. And hopefully we can do it here again today. And we're looking at something around that 225, which is looking like they are going to go and get. Even better, only 221 on the board. So 222 needed at a run rate of 4.4. Remember, Joe Root hit that 120 last game. Alistair Cook, I think, did miss a few runs. And he's missed them here again today. He's missed out. So that's 2 games in a row, which doesn't happen very often for Alistair Cook. Normally a very solid player, and someone who is going to score you runs more often than not. But we do have a very good batting lineup here today. They aren't really showing it at the moment because we have almost lost Peterson very cheaply as well. And I think with the bowling lineup that we do have, with the batting lineup we do bat very deep. Obviously, Johnny Bairstow coming in at number 7. Graham Swan at 8. I mean, Swanee can bat. He could bat in his, not so much in international cricket, but first-class cricket. I think he had about 4 hundreds in 4-day games. So, you know, definitely can hold a bat. Obviously, no mug. And Joe Root has been led off there. Let off with another drop catch. I believe that is the second one of the innings. 1 to Root and 1 to Peterson. So we're moving along nicely at the moment. Not doing anything too out of the ordinary. And just going along, as I said, at the required run rate. Well above it at the moment. It has since dropped to 4. So I'm guessing that New Zealand got nowhere near enough runs on this pitch here. And Peterson is just absolutely smashing it at the moment. He's just brought up his 50. It's come at better than a runner ball. Was off 48 deliveries. And we'll definitely go and take that. Joe Root, again, doing his bit. He was dropped early, remember, but he is just hanging in there. And again, looking to bat time. And that is exactly what we want. You know, between him and I guess Cook, if him and Cook do open, I think Joe Root is probably the guy who is going to be the more aggressive of the two. Cook will look to stick around, but he hasn't had the greatest of success in this series to date so far. Obviously, didn't make many in the first game. Hasn't made many in this game either. I think he only made 1 off 3. But, I mean, they've definitely gone and done their job. Peterson going at about a runner ball. Root, again, a little bit slower, striking at only about 60. But, you know, he is definitely getting the job done. He's complementing Kevin Peterson very well. And Peterson moving towards that milestone as well. So the 150 has come and gone for both the partnership and the team. And this is just looking, it is looking very, very easy for this England side. And the batsmen are very, very good. We have now seen Joe Root gone. Very well made, 67. Did come off quite a few balls, obviously 100 balls, which is quite strange for Joe Root. Normally, quite, I wouldn't say an aggressive player, but a player who can strike at close to 100. And we had gone and put the kiss of death on Peterson just before. He's gone for 94. Won't get to that milestone. But this is a good chance for James Taylor to see the side home. Obviously playing in his 3rd one-day international here today. And didn't make many in the first game. He did only make 1. And I think in the game before that, he hadn't batted for us. So it will be very interesting to see what does happen. He is going a little bit slow at the moment, and things have slowed up slightly towards this back end of the innings, which I'm not too happy about. We were cruising quite comfortably. We should still get to the total in the end very easily, but it's not that nice. And as we can see, Taylor has failed once again in one-day cricket. So potentially we could see a change next time we do play a one-day international. Possibly Ben Stokes or maybe even Chris Wokes coming in for James Taylor. Again, just giving us that extra bowling option, that extra all-round option. And I don't think Munro is going to chase that down. He's not. Bopara's hit it away. He's had a wonderful game. England win by 6 wickets. At the end, only 2 overs left to go. So we did really slow down. We were cruising completely for majority of that game. But did slow down towards the back end. Once Peterson and Root both went, the scoring did slow quite significantly. But in the end, we get up, we get the victory, we lead. Well, sorry, we won the series 2-0, which is a perfect start. Still a 100% record for this England side in this career mode to date so far. Peterson, man of the match, narrowly missing out on that 100 there, just 6 runs short. As I said, we did put the kiss of death on him, unfortunately. And now we do have a 2-match test series coming up against New Zealand. So it'll be interesting to see what we do in regards to our lineup there with the bowling, the batting. We will have to wait and see next week. But anyway, guys, do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links to that can be found down below in the description. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got more Don Bradman cricket, My Career Reborn, coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss